Want to get cheat sheets, audiobooks, lessons, apps, and much more every month for free? Just click the link in the description to get your free language gifts of the month.
Hi everybody and welcome back to English Topics. My name is Alisha and today I'm joined again by...
Hi, I'm Davey.
Davey. It's Davey.
Just Davey.
It's Davey.
It's me, it's Davey.
It's a Davey.
It's a me, a Davey.
Today we're going to talk about how not to swear. So, of course, every language has some very fun swear words to use, and English is no exception. We have lots of good creative words to use, but they are not always appropriate. So, how do you swear when you want to swear, but you cannot say a swear word? That's what we're going to talk about today. So we have a lot, I think. We have a lot of examples.
Well, there's a lot of real swear words, so there's a lot of fake ones too.
Yep. I think you have more than me. No?
Maybe.
Okay, all right. I'll start us off on this one then. I'll start with a very, very tame one that apparently, maybe I'm the only person who uses this. When making a mistake, a childhood mistake or a small mistake, actually I still use this word. Small mistakes, I say foo when I do this, like, oh, foo. It's like a very, like I don't know, I deleted the wrong file on my computer and it wasn't an important file, or I dropped like the cap to my toothpaste or something. That's a very specific example. But like if something small goes awry, if I make a small mistake, I would say, foo, something like that. Sort of cute, I guess, but kids, I think I used this a bit when I was kids. This foo and oops.
Oops.
Also, oops is another big one for small mistakes. Yep, oops.
I've never heard foo before.
Really?
No.
I have used
oops,
foo.
I'm familiar with.
Oops, yeah. Oops, never mind. Oops and foo, okay. But those are a couple that I've used, yep.
Okay.
Are we ready to go into some more?
Absolutely, yeah. So my first word here is heck. Heck. And this is one of a family of fake swear words that are all very close, words that are very close to a real swear word. Words like heck and shoot, darn, dang, fudge, all words that if you just change one sound, you make it from a swear word to something sounding so sweet, innocent, like fudge. Fudge is delicious, but it's a stand-in for something much darker.
Indeed. But again, we use that to express a mistake. Something has not gone the way we expect it to. Fudge.
When you really want to say something else, but you just can't. Fudge.
Fudge. Good one. Good one. Okay. Yeah, you kind of already touched on this one, but my next one was dang it. Dang it. My younger brother and I, we actually still use this word with that intonation.
Okay.
I don't know why we're so attached to this. I think it's, actually, I don't know. I guess it's just a habit. We still use this word. Usually, I don't know, I guess I do most of my swearing at the computer.
Okay, sure.
It's just that it causes so much frustration and stress to me, so I swear at my computer a lot. But when it's going very slowly, I'll just be like, dang it, like move. But that's a kind of a tame swear word. I just use dang it, like the I sound in this, dang it. Like it's longer, the more frustrated I am. And that one I like to use. Or I will, with computers as well, I don't know, maybe this is just me who has a very bad relationship with her computer, but when the computer is not functioning too, if swearing at it has not improved the situation, I'll just be like, computer, compute.
Computer, compute.
Yeah, like, please do your job, in other words. So I'll address it, whatever is causing the problem.
Right,
I'll
but
just
first you try swearing at it.
At first I try swearing.
And then you ask nicely.
I would say I use the command form.
Okay.
Yes.
See, as computers become more like people, you should try reversing that order.
Sometimes I ask it politely. I say, why are you not computing?
Sure. Address the issue head on.
Yeah. You're seeing where
Swear
I'm going
as a last resort.
Indeed. But anyway, yes, I like to use dang it. Dang it is a personal favorite of mine.
Classic.
Okay, others?
Yes, my next one is sweet mother. Just an old classic. You if you're caught off guard, or you stub your toe, something surprises you. Better to say sweet mother than something much worse. But I think it gets the point across.
Sweet mother.
Yeah. Try it out sometime.
That is a good one. Actually,
Feels
when
good.
you said that.
Feels good.
Sweet mother. I believe that's a standard for sweet mother of someone else or sweet mother of something, but we're only using the beginning of that phrase.
Yes.
Sweet mother, and then we cut off the end of
And
that
if you stop
phrase.
there, or you see it written down, sweet mother, it sounds so nice. You know, mothers are sweet people, but sweet mother has a much more ominous tone
Indeed. Something terrible has just happened if you hear someone shout sweet mother.
in that way.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard this shouted happily. Sweet mother!
That's true.
It's so nice to see. We don't ever use that in a happy way, do we?
No, we don't.
And you use the expression of like stubbing your toe. To stub your toe is like to hit your toe against an object, like a desk or a table or something. It really hurts. And I totally forgot about it, but one that I use all the time, especially like with young, like maybe teenage people. Actually, I don't use it now that I think about it. One that I used to use a lot and still use from time to time is that sucks.
That sucks.
It means,
Classic.
yeah, it's like, that's too bad. That's unfortunate. Like you hear bad news, oh, that sucks. Or like, I don't know, I break a thing that I didn't want to break. Oh, that sucks. You can use sucks. That sucks. Doesn't have anything to do with removal of air or transfer of air. Just that sucks. Make the U sound elongated. That sucks. Dude. See? If you elongate that U sound, you immediately sound like that turtle from Finding Nemo.
Okay.
Are you familiar?
I can't recall the character, but I've seen the movie.
Crush the turtle from Finding Nemo. That's how he talks.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a surfer turtle.
What's his name?
Crush.
Crush.
Indeed. See, he gets it. That's it. All right. Good. So we have sweet mother. We've just added
Yep.
that sucks.
You're up next.
I guess since we're talking about injuries, I have the expression that hurt, and you can add a like plus some kind of other, I don't know, a bonus word, if you will. So here, that hurt like crazy, or that hurt so bad, or that hurt like.
A monkey's uncle.
There we go. So it's sort of a nonsense phrase, but you can just add whatever you like at the end of this, like blah, 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 or just drop this part as well. Just that hurt. And then kind of, again, elongate the vowel sounds to express your pain as necessary.
Gets the point across.
Indeed. Okay, that's mine. What else have you got?
My last one is a childhood original. For me, it's bull honky. That's bull honky, Alicia.
Okay.
This one has a very specific story to it. I grew up across the street from another young boy whose parents were always really hard on him about swearing. They would always mind his swearing. And they conditioned him to say bull honky whenever he wanted to swear. And I thought it was pretty funny. And I picked it up myself. And so I'd be playing with him in his yard or playing basketball. He had a basketball hoop in his yard. And I heard a lot of, man, that's bull honky from him. So this one is very specific. I don't know how many people would use this. But that's maybe another point about these kinds of swear words, is a lot of these kind of fake or made up or substitute swear words, I think can be really specific to a person.
Absolutely.
Or a group of friends or something funny that they say instead of swearing.
Yeah, we call those
bull honky's one of those.
Inside jokes.
Inside jokes.
Sometimes, if they're funny, if it's meant to be funny, but like just these inside phrases, I guess, or inside expressions. But usually we say inside jokes for that. By the way, you said your friend's parents were really, really strict about him not swearing. Were your parents pretty strict?
Yes, definitely. But they never gave me a substitute. So I just had to mind my own P's and Q's or use substitutes like heck or darn or shoot. Those worked. Those were okay.
Yeah, me too. I have a vivid memory of one time I was like 11 years old and my mom was just strolling with me on the street and she said, "What swear words do you know? Tell me." And I couldn't. I was so afraid to tell her because it was in my head, like, you shouldn't swear. It's bad to swear. She wanted to know, like, what words do you know? And I wouldn't tell her. Yeah, that's an interesting memory. All right, I have one more that I actually still use, especially at work, because, okay, you'll see. The expression is loud swear words. Loud swear words. So I actually say this, like, if I'm at my desk, and again, it's like at work, it's like a quiet office, hurt myself or something, or I've made a huge mistake, but I cannot express my rage in that moment, I say loud swear words, like under my breath, very, very quietly, because then I have to get it out somehow, because if I say, I'm not actually saying loudly swear words, at the top of my voice.
Right.
But if I say to myself like, loud swear words, like it feels a little bit like I'm getting it out of my body.
Sure.
So it's sort of, it's just a stand-in. I'm saying actually the words I wish I could say at the volume I wish I could say them. Loud swear words.
Makes sense.
Or just
very
swear
mad.
words is fine too.
Sure.
Yep, swear words. Curse words. Good one, good one. So yeah, those are some ways not to swear, or to swear politely, I suppose. I'm sure there are a lot more though.
A lot more. Or you can just say nothing at all. You can say nothing at all. That's something my mom used to always say to me as a kid, and a lot of moms, a lot of sweet mothers say to their children, is if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
That is true.
Or silence is golden.
That is true. Though on the other hand, I have read some studies though, this is true. Some studies suggest that if you swear upon like injuring yourself, or you swear upon like encountering a stressful situation, just the act of swearing and using an inappropriate word actually relieves stress.
I believe that.
So choose accordingly. Say nothing or a little bit of a swear now and then. Everything in moderation.
I've also heard that people who never swear are less trustworthy
Really?
than people who swear. I don't know if that's true. Don't believe me or trust me.
You haven't sworn at all in
until
this
you-
episode.
Exactly. So you haven't heard me swear. I don't know that you can trust me on that.
All right. I'll injure you later and we'll see what you say.
All right. Fair.
Okay. All right. So that's the end of this episode of English Topics. That was a fun one. So those are a few ways that you can swear without actually swearing. If you have any others that we missed, or if you want to just try out a few, oh gosh, maybe I'm just inviting disaster in the comments on this one.
I'm looking forward to the comment section.
Yeah, leave us a comment and let us know if you have any ideas, or if there are any interesting expressions that you can translate from your language into English to share. That would be interesting too. Let us know. So thanks very much for watching this episode of English Topics. If you liked the video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, check us out at EnglishClass101.com for more good stuff. Thanks very much for watching this episode, and we will see you again soon. Bye-bye.